This is the show on outdoor recreation. Are you ready to get stoked?
If you won't give it to me, I'ma take it.
Welcome back! So I'm here at Mahay, meeting up with the Butuan Dirt Riders and asking why they do the sport. They are the Butuan Dirt Riders.
Gotta live before you die, and tonight's the night. Makeup looks tight and your outfit's right. The way you and your girls look is such a beautiful sight. Hollywood limelight couldn't shine this bright. A P. Diddy party couldn't be this huge.
May ngapon Sir Edel, Butuan Dirt Riders. How are you? Sir, how long na mo naga-dirt ride diri sa Butuan?
Actually, dugay-dugay na kayo mi nag-ride. Ako since 2001 I ride motocross until now, but I stopped. Actually, didn't nag-stop. Nagpahulay lang. To focus on my son riding.
Your son?
Yes.
Pila edad si mong son, sir?
He's only 7 years old and he's riding KTM 50cc.
So is that the minimum for the beginner type?
Yes, for kids.
For kids?
For kids.
So na po na beginner na adults?
Yes, start 65cc, 95, 85cc, and then 125, 250, 450.
But how about yung danger level, sir? Are these things very fast, lalo na these small ones?
The danger level is, I think it's 5 to 8. But it depends on how you handle the motorcycle, your dirt bike, or you're very disciplined. And if you want to ride, you only ride racetrack.
Right, very good. Very
Ride
good.
on the racetrack.
That's right. What's the schedule that you guys meet here, sir, sa Mahay?
The regular schedule here is every Saturday and Sunday, and it depends. Maybe magkasabot-sabot lang. Practice ta by weekdays, okay, or in the holidays.
Do you compete? Do you guys compete? Go
Yes,
to competitions?
yes. We compete in neighboring cities here in Caraga region.
Right.
Talag, Tandag, Surigao City, everywhere, Kabadbaran.
Ano sa usually ang categories pag mag-compete in dirt biking, dirt
We
riding?
have the Pantra category.
Saan na siya?
Pantra category is just like this.
Like that.
And we have the novice category. Novice category and beginners are the just like this. And we have amateur and expert. And this guy named Ladjo is an expert.
There you go.
Expert category.
He looks like he's an expert.
Yeah. And this one, Tintoy, he rides 65 KX 65cc, 85cc.
85cc.
Yeah. This category is super mini. Yeah, super mini. And this one for enduro category. Yeah.
What is the enduro category, sir?
The difference between racing bike and enduro bike. The enduro bike is a stock machine, and the racing bike is a production bike. It only is especially made for racing only, racing purposes only. But the stock bikes, just like this one, the enduro, you can ride it on the road.
Na very good. No, kana ang pag-competition level na good. Pero as a beginner, going back to the basics, what's ba good ang kailangan na basic na may balan sa person who's going to go into dirt riding?
You need to practice the basic one. Of course, you need to know how to ride motorcycle.
Of course.
That's the basic one. And we go to the racetrack. If you want to try, let's try.
Pwede. Actually, I actually want to try.
You can try this one.
This one?
Yes, this one's for you.
Okay. Sige, I think I can take this one. Definitely. Handa na ba kayo sa akin? But before I attempt to ride the dirt bike, I talked to the riders one by one and discovered that through the sport, they were able to travel to different places of the country. I also asked the reasons why they decided to do motocross, and everyone has a unique story of their own.
Ako dahil si Frankie Bacalso, naila ko sa pangalang Manong diri sa Butuan. Ug sa bisan asa ng lugar kay tungod kay kami nagadayo pa migdula. Bisan asa lang din sa Sur, sa Gusan Sur. Abot na mi. Nagsugod ko og year 2012 sugod ko. Yes. Kaluyan po sa Ginoo nga taga pud maayong dula, nga safety pud mi, balay mi sa disgrasya. Nya og labos tanan nga iya po kong igay nga makadaog po ko permi pod sa bisan asa nga dula. Ug akong dahilan pud sa pagsugod ang dula, sa una nagtan-aw ko, fans pa lang ko sa mga amigo. Nakita ako gusto ka rider nga libat. Libat siya daot sa mata tos nganong nidula siya, didula gani siya nga daot siya og mata, ako pagka nga tarong. Mo na akong dahilan nganong nidula ko sa ani nga bisyo. Mo ra ba nang bisyo pod. Akong motor XRM Pantra category.
Okay, maayong hapon sa tanan no. Ako dahil si Jobert Dumanon from Bading, Butuan City. Nainganyo ko aning pagdula og motor kay ang akong kasagaran mga barkada or diri sa Butuan nagalumba gid sila. So murag na challenge ko ba nga kaya nila, so basi nagkaya nako. So na-prove din ako po nga kaya mo din ako bisag sa akong medyo nag-start ko mga around mga 26. So medyo taas-taas na akong edad no, pero medyo makakompete gyapon ko palagsa. So daghan ko'y naatinan nga mga racing. One of from Nasipit, Carmen, Kabadbaran, Katugasan, then from Basag. Most of our competition is within the city of Butuan. So nainganyo po ko aning kining pag lumba-lumba just for passion no. Tapos usab pod exercise. Then medyo cool po siya. Astig, di ba? Okay, so mawala na akong kaistorya no. So thank you. Our category is maybe novice. Pag wala nilain is mabilong ko sa expert kay akong motor is for expert. So actually ang rider is dili totally expert. So mabulag ma-appeal gyapon ta dito mabilong ta no. So maybe maka-compete gyapon ta. CRF 250. So medyo kuan gid siya, gamay-gamay lang po. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.
Ako si Marvin A. Wagas, motocross rider sa Butuan City, age 15. And ang kategory na ako kay Super Mini 85cc. Naka-appeal ko ani kay tungod sa akong papa. Kay motocross rider siya sa una niya. Ako sa age 5 ko nagsugod ko bike and medyo libaong man sa among gawas, so nagamba-gamba ko. Pag age 7 ako, nagpalitan ko sa akong papa ang motor nga gamay para sa ani kasan. And then sunod nagka-anam ko ka-develop og rider. Then sa 2015 napiang ko, na-fracture akong right leg and naka-stop ko 2 years, then balik ko last year. So kani akong motor KX 85cc. And ang pinakalayo na akong race kay murag sa Misamis Oriental sa Magsaysay, murag niya sa Las Nieves, sa La Paz, Kabadbaran, and sa Bunga. Ang pinakataas na mga place, second pa. Wala po ka first place gid. Pero hinahinay nagkuhan.
Saan video padulong mo dito? Motocross is undeniably a risky sport, but if kids can do it, then I can as well. Although, wearing the right gear also helps to prevent broken bones. Standard gear consists of a light and well-ventilated helmet, motocross goggles to keep the dirt from your eyes, motocross gloves with some knuckle protection and light padding on the palm, motocross jersey and pants, or better yet, a jersey and pants with armor combo that is durable yet light and cool. And of course, comfortable yet protective motocross boots. For more optional yet recommended protection of your bones and internal organs, you can also wear a motocross neck and chest protectors.
Action! Let's get stoked!
When we return, I try my luck on motocross. Stoked will be right back. I'm on a motocross track here at Barangay Mahay, Butuan City with the Butuan Dirt Bikers, and as you can probably tell and imagine, the decibel levels here are off the charts! The loud rumble in the engines of these mechanical horses are music to these people, but for some, it definitely takes getting used to. Although at this point, I wish they would just shut up! Go! This is the show on outdoor recreation. Are you ready to get stoked? Riding on dirt bikes is the feeling of riding a wild horse on a bumpy, unpaved road. Dirt flies everywhere, every time they glide on land. Dirt bikes are scrappy and rugged motorcycles, blazed across an enclosed course strip of land made of natural terrain, incorporated with steep inclines, tight corners, and added jumps. And even steep hills that both the biker and the bike can tumble from. Riding a dirt bike is less on experience and more getting used to its raw power and the technique you use. There are just so many words that I can describe about motocross. It is dangerous, violent, and aggressive. A sport just made for daredevils. Motocross, the American sport in which dirt bikes ride and climb on harsh course of terrain, was evolved from the United Kingdom's motorcycle trails in which riders drive through an obstacle course. Motocross came from Europe and was adopted by the USA. The sport came to the United States of America back in the 1960s.
To decide the World Championship. As you'll see, the sport has everything.
Next up on Stoke, we'll know more about the Butuan Dirt Riders when we come back. This is the show on outdoor recreation. Are you ready to get stoked?
If you won't give it to me, I'ma take it.
Gotta live before you die, and tonight's the night. Makeup looks tight and your outfit's right. The way you and your girls look is such a beautiful sight. Hollywood limelight couldn't shine this bright. A P. Diddy party couldn't be this huge.
There are no shortcuts when it comes to learning how to ride a dirt bike. Here are the steps. First, a beginner must learn the proper riding positions on motocross. Practice the proper driving form. Keep the foot pegs under the middle of your feet to give you more control over the levers. Always make sure your knees are in a bent position and firmly hold the bike in between them. Your back should be curved slightly and your core should be kept tight. Sit so that your feet are barely able to touch the ground. Keep your bottom on the front part of the seat where it connects to the petrol tank. Make sure your feet are just barely touching the ground. Grab the handles and move forward until you feel no pressure on your arms. When sitting to the side of the bike, you should be able to stand flat on your feet. As you ride, slowly stand up. If you can conduct this motion without pulling on the handlebars, you're in a good position. Stand with your legs bent slightly when crossing rough terrain. Your legs act as suspension when you're crossing obstacle-lined terrain and decrease the chances of injury. You should be able to shift your weight backwards, forwards, and side to side quickly. Use your first two fingers for levers and the other two on the handlebars. Placing the first two fingers on your thumb side on levers gives you more grip when traversing rough terrain. This is probably counterintuitive to anyone who's ridden a road bike, as you're expected to grasp the handlebars with your hands and use your fingers for brakes and clutches. Keep your head up and always look forward. Get into the habit of trusting your peripheral vision and letting it do the work. If you're keeping your head in the right position, you shouldn't see too much of the bike. Second, starting the engine. Turn on your bike's battery power. Before starting the engine though, you need to activate the battery. You can accomplish this in most bikes by turning the red switch on your right handle into the on position. However, on some, including the Yamaha TTR-230, pressing the on button activates the battery. Pull out the choke during colder temperatures. You can typically find the pull out of the choke on the left side of your bike, along the area where your leg rests while in the sitting position. The purpose of this device is to choke air into your engine to increase petrol. During colder temperatures, bikes need more petrol than they normally do. Pull in the clutch all the way. The clutch is located in your left handle, similar to the left hand brake in a bicycle. The clutch is located in your left handle, similar to the left hand brake in the bicycle. Be sure to pull it in fully before going to neutral or first gear. Always pull the clutch before turning the engine on. Hit the gear shifter down 6 times to get into neutral. Sit down on your bike and extend your left foot toward the front peg. Kick the gear shifter down 6 times all the way quickly. Rock the bike back and forth. If it moves freely without locking up, you're in neutral. Kickstart the engine after you're neutral. The kickstarter is typically located on the right side of the bike near the bottom of your foot when seated. Grab the silver kickstarter with one of your hands and flip it out. Afterwards, place your left foot on the left foot peg. Now, place your right foot on top of the kickstarter. Give it a little jump and press down on it forcefully. Don't pull down on the throttle too long or hard. It can flood the engine. Kick the gear shifter down 1 time to go into first gear. Once you have the bike going, pull in the clutch and kick the gear shifter down into first gear. You'll know you're in first gear because the bike will lurch forward a bit. Make sure you don't let go of the clutch when you're not moving, because you'll stall the bike. When you shift into first gear while moving, slowly let go of the clutch. Fourth, learn basic driving technique. Exercise caution when you take off. With the bike in first gear, you want to slowly let go of the clutch and give it a bit of gas by turning the throttle. When you get moving, let go of the clutch completely. Don't worry if you stall the bike a couple of times. Eventually, you'll get used to how much throttle you need to give and how far to let up on the clutch to get rolling. Roll back the throttle to accelerate. Also known as the throttle, turning your right handle grip clockwise will accelerate your bike in the gear you're in. Slowly release the clutch as you turn back the throttle. Aim to be approximately a third of the turning motion once the clutch is completely let out.
Throttle ka dire-diretso. Pag-abot mo sa base ng mount or ng hill, how do you control na i-forward ba niyo yung body? Steady lang dapat ka, your back has to be arched, asa yung tiil.
Depende man god, depende sa riding style. Just like me, my riding style is throttle up sa layo pa, tapos pag abot sa approach bangga, gamay na lang. We call it throttle control. Pero ang napayuban, napayuban nga gamay lang ang open sa layo, pero kusog na ang iyang speed daan sa approaching pa sa jump, kusog na ang iyang speed. Pag abot sa jump, aya pa siya mo kusog.
At pa lang isa pag kapit na siya mo hawa sa ground. Last few stretches of ground mo, throttle up pag siya dito.
Use the shifter in front of the left foot peg to change gears. Since you're in first gear, hooking your foot underneath the shifter and moving it upward slightly a half click puts you in neutral. After this point, every 1 lift of the shifter increases the gear by 1. Switch to higher gears once you're moving forward in first. Once you've turned the throttle about 3/4 of the way back, hold it in place by keeping your right hand in the same position and shift second or third gear. Pull the clutch quickly, put your left foot under the shifter and pull it upward in the next gear. Let go of the clutch immediately after shifting. Now you don't have to use the clutch while shifting, however, it allows you to harness the energy of your engine in a more controlled manner. Shift from first to second gear when you're struggling to increase speed. When the bike's not moving any faster and you can hear the engine revving at its highest, let off on the gas a bit. Pull in the clutch and kick the shifter up into second. When you've shifted gears, let off on the clutch and twist the throttle. Hit the front or back brakes to slow down or stop. If you want to slow down on a dirt bike, shift down, let off on the throttle, and either brake using the front brakes, back brakes, or a combination of both. If you're coming into an almost complete stop or just stopping, shift into first, pull in and hold the clutch, and brake. This will prevent you from stalling the bike.
Basic is,
Kaya
if you jump ka, kinahanglan ang imong body, ang body nimo, body position, naka-body position na ka sa ubos sa ground, para naka-body position na kadaan, mo lean back ka. Back. Tapos naka-half squat, lean back, tapos move forward. Yes, forward lang ang hand, just like that, attack. Body position mo, naka-straight sa handlebar, tapos ang imong back nimo, so naka-lean back, just like that. Para mo-balance siya. Pero magdepende sa unsay position nimo pag jump nimo. Kaya usahay mo magkuhan siya kanang kung magdungo siya, we call it mag-indo. O siyempre kung kabalo na ka, imo siyang makontrol. Kung magkuhan po ka, kung ang pag-jump nimo is just like naka-up siya na pwede ka mo brake sa abot na ka sa air, mo-brake ka para mo kuha siya. Forward siya.
Nai-effect ang brake sa hangin?
No. Simple lang na siya ang explanation. Kibali, ang wheel nagtuyok siya sa air.
Yes.
Pag brake ni mo, mulak siya, murag itulod niya ang motor.
So momentum generated by the sudden lock.
Pag lock niya pa, move forward, di ba?
When you're ready to start rolling again, slowly let off on the clutch and give it a bit of gas. Learn to maneuver around corners. When you're headed for a corner, lean into the direction of the turn, pick your line of direction, and keep your weight on the outside foot.
About turns, sir, mga corners. How do you turn properly in mga corners?
Ang corner is, there are two types sa corner. Pwede ka inside, pwede po ka outside. Depende lang kung saka lang. If your opponent is going to outside, ikaw inside ka. Hindi mo pwede magdungan sa outside, kaya magbanggaay mo. Or kung kaya ni mo mataparan siya, nga dili mo mabanggay, okay lang. Pero inside and outside. But kung inside ka, lean out ang imong bike, tapos ang body positioning mo is lean in ang bike, tapos ikaw ang body positioning mo is lean out.
Lean in ang bike, ang positioning mo is lean out.
Just like that. Opposite siya.
Okay. Do you apply the brakes sa mga corners mo? Slow down good mo. Kailangan good.
As much as possible, dili ka mag-brake para paskusog ka. Kung ma-handle ni mo ang corner and turns. Pero kung hindi mo ma-handle ang corner and turns, ito apply mo. Pero mag-apply gid ka brake. Brake gid ka. Dili gid pwede nga dili. Kusog. Just like that. Mag-brake pag straight, brake ka para estimate nimo ang nakusgon nimo, kaya nimo i-go siya.
Right. How do you handle ang inyo ba yung tracted kay lapok? How do you handle loss of steering in the front kasi sobrang kalapok na di na siya totoo?
Body positioning nimo is nasa front dapat. Ang weight nimo is nasa front. Kung nasa front ang imong weight, nasa tank. Patangkil ka, nasa front imong weight, so dili kayo muliyok ang motor. Tapos kinahanglan mo kuan ka. Kinahanglan pugngan nimo ang handlebar.
Alright. On rounding corners, your outside elbow should be slanted up and your inner leg should be slanted out. Apply pressure to the outside peg. This will help give you more traction. Stick out your inner leg near the fender. If you end up losing control or take the corner too sharp, you can easily put your foot down to steady yourself out. Practice driving in rough terrain. Dirt bikes are meant to drive over rough terrain thanks to their lifted frames. Depending on where you're riding, you should be standing 95% of the time.
Thank you so much, Sir Idel.
Yes.
Again.
Okay.
Good luck to your motocross and your son's motocross career.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing him in our screen someday.
And that's how you start learning to ride motocross.
Well, that was an exhilarating, one-of-a-kind experience. I definitely have so much more respect for these athletes taking a risk in such a dangerous sport. Props to the people of motocross. Because after all, it's a physically demanding sport. You've got to continuously move your bike. And it feels unbelievable to be on a dirt bike. The bike has so much power that every time you squeeze, you've got to hold on for dear life. But also being aware of your surroundings. Because after all, motocross is a learning sport. It teaches you something about life. That if something is scary and loud and noisy, well, that's what you should probably do. Because, hey, it's probably gonna be really fun.